Dear friends, we want to offer you a rather interesting fight. All that is required of you is the ability to fantasize, and we will try to do the rest ourselves. Imagine this picture. A Tyrannosaurus and 60 tigers were released into a certain territory. Of course, in a real-life situation, the tigers will probably just run away. But let's imagine that there is nowhere to run, and now a mortal battle must take place. And both sides are ready to do anything to survive. So will 60 tigers be able to deal with the Tyrant King? Let's find out now. All tigers have already subscribed to the channel. Do not hesitate. Subscribe and express your opinion in the comments. So first, let's start with the Amur tiger. The Amur tiger is a large exotic colored cat, unmatched in strength and power in the entire world fauna. It is one of the largest land-based predators on our planet. Almost like a small car in size, 3 meters in length. In height, tigers reach up to 120 centimeters. This cat is armed with a strong bite and massive strength. A tiger bite is equal to 73 kilograms of force per square centimeter, which is almost twice as strong as a lion's bite. The tiger's fangs reach 8 centimeters in length. The weight of a tiger reaches almost 400 kilograms, or more precisely 385. The tiger is very agile. It is capable of speeds up to 80 kilometers per hour in the snow. His speed is second only to cheetah. The strength of a tiger is such that it can drag a horse carcass weighing 400 kilograms more than 500 meters on the ground. It doesn't cost a tiger anything to jump 2 floors up, 5 to 6 meters. And his jump is even longer in length and can reach 10 meters. On the front legs of the tiger there are 5, and on the hind legs there are 4 fingers armed with powerful claws. The largest claw of the thumb along the upper band is 10 centimeters long and 4 centimeters high at the base. Claws are a formidable weapon in attack and defense, but when faced with a beast like the Tyrannosaurus, these traits will become almost useless. One of the advantages the tiger has over the T-Rex is agility. The tiger will be able to run in circles around the Tyrannosaurus Rex due to its slow turning speed. This would allow the tigers to use hit-and-run tactics, biting and scratching the beast until it succumbs to injury. The only thing is, can tiger last that long? We think no problem, because they will distribute all efforts and tasks for everyone. Now let's move on to King Tyrant and look at his incredible power. Tyrannosaurus was the main predator and one of the most powerful carnivorous dinosaurs. With his massive legs and crushing jaws, he could kill a tiger with one fatal blow. The dimensions of the Tyrannosaurus are impressive: 12 meters long, 4 meters high, and about 7 tons in weight. The huge skull, seated with dozens of long teeth, could reach 2 meters in length and completely fit a person. Tyrannosaurus Rex teeth are the absolute record holders among the teeth of all land predators. Root length reached 30 centimeters. The bite force of a Tyrannosaurus Rex is many times greater than all modern predators. Of course, its reconstruction is not perfect, and there will be recalculations, but today we have impressive figures: 562 kilograms of force per square centimeter. This allowed the Tyrannosaurus to make open cracks in the bones of its prey at the very first bite. But the strength of the bite is only part of the success. To understand how giant dinosaurs ate bones, you need to figure out how this pressure is transmitted through the teeth. Today, the most famous bone eaters are hyenas and gray wolves, which can split bones to get to the bone marrow. Tyrannosaurus was a unique reptile with the same ability, but with a completely different shape of the teeth, the strength to compensate for the impossibility of their tight closing. That is, his jaw was almost perfect in comparison with today's predators. Tyrannosaurus could reach speeds of up to 27 kilometers per hour. The Tyrannosaurus with its weight of course could not run after the victim, but he was quite able to track down. Actually, Tyrannosaurus rex had no need to run. Its main diet is slow Triceratops and Hadrosaurs with a turning angle like a train. Let's now take all the pros and cons of these predators and summarize.
Seriously, dude, these animatronics suck.
Of course, precisely because of the lack of the ability to turn and the relative lack of balance on two legs, one can assume that a huge number of tigers will crush the Tyrant. There are all the prerequisites for this assumption. Taking into account the growth of the Tyrannosaurus and the tiger's ability to jump up to 6 meters in height, it jumps out on the T-Rex without any problems. Also, if you take into account the thickness of the skin of a Tyrannosaur, and it was about 5 centimeters, and take into account the length of the tiger's fangs and claws, then the striped ones could easily jump on it, cut and bite until the wounds become too large for the giant to deal with them. Without a doubt, the Tyrannosaurus could confidently stand on its 2 legs, but if we assume that 60 tigers attacked it, they would probably have thrown it to the ground. Does everyone remember that the tiger weighs 380 kilograms? So if you multiply 60 tigers by their mass, you get almost 23 tons. Could even the great T-Rex predator be able to compete with that weight? Hardly. Such a burden will not be within his power. In fact, a tiger in the eyes of a tyrannosaur would look like a Dakotaraptor. The Dakotaraptor dinosaur had a body length of 5.5 meters and its height was 180 centimeters. The forelimbs are long. One of the lower bones of the arm is distinguished by feather bumps. The hind legs are long with a very large crescent claw on the second toe. The claw could be used to kill large herbivorous dinosaurs. The length of its claws reached up to 20 centimeters, and the speed was up to 90 kilometers per hour. The Dakotaraptor lived at the same time and in the same area as Tyrannosaurus. Of course, the Dakotaraptor is superior to the tiger in many ways, but in fact not so much. There are similarities between them. So when it comes to fighting, it's safe to say that the tigers will win. 60 tigers could easily crush the Tyrant King. Of course, many of them will die, but as already mentioned, they could use their speed to hit and run and also their numbers to overturn the Tyrant. Sure, the T-Rex would probably have won by simply scaring them away, but if the tigers had nowhere to run, it is then that the tigers are most dangerous because they would fight to their last breath. Despite the superiority in combat in a 1v1 situation, the Tyrannosaurus would have no chance against 60 large cats. In a couple of hours, they would have done away with the great predator T-Rex and feasted for about 2 weeks. And then they would go hunting for the next prey. Friends, what do you think about this topic? Respond in the comments. And at the end of this video, we will tell you about 3 of the strangest dinosaurs. Stay with us. So let's start at the end. Rhinorex. This species belongs to the genus of herbivorous hadrosaurs, but differs from them in one feature in the structure of the skull. Rhinorex has just a huge nasal plate that defies any explanation. Scientists have been discussing the purpose of such a nose for this dinosaur for many years. Like its relatives, he did not have a special sense of smell. Therefore, such a growth on the nose is meaningless from the point of view of convenience. The platypus dinosaur is still being studied and researched by paleontologists, but we are sure that at the end of the study it turns out that he had such a big nose for a reason. In second place is the strange Stygomoloch. Oh, his name is already intimidating. In translation it means horned demon from the river of hell. This herbivorous dinosaur had a domed skull with horns at the back. The name Stygomoloch comes from mythology. Moloch, Semitic deity, and Styx, nymph in Hades. Scientists are still arguing why he needed such a strange skull and came to the conclusion that this is due to mating games. Stygomoloch fought rivals with a bulging forehead and horns. And in the first place is Tyrannosaurus. This dinosaur species was related to Tyrannosaurus rex, although the difference is immediately apparent. It was covered with short chicken-like feathers, about 15 centimeters long, making it a wolf in sheep's clothing, which confused its prey. He was a predator, although at first glance he did not look intimidating in these feathers. He had a considerable weight, about 2 tons. In general, humanity is lucky that these powerful creatures became extinct. After all, even the strangest and most ridiculous of them could destroy a person with one blow. On this, we will end. But if you are interested in animals that lived before the flood, in the same way that existing animals are interesting, then write to us in the comments and we will make a video about them as well. See you soon!